All right, folks, welcome to the post-game show on Locker Room Access with Dougie Fresh Smith, T-Dubs, and I am Mark Jerome. We can all take a breath,
Yep.
Yeah.
right? Carolina, that big monster that beat us pretty handedly a week ago, or was that a week ago? Whenever it was. We come back with some strong revenge. We look like who we were. Listen, Dougie, you said it. We were in a slump for a few games.
Yep. 6 games.
And
Yeah.
now we're trending the other way at the right time. I mean, still early. It's only 3 games, but we're playing well. We're playing with some swagger,
Playing with swagger. Playing hard.
playing hard, making the right plays defensively. Again, I don't mind playing against UNC guards. Matter of fact, Caleb Love's just going to launch and launch and launch and take awful shots. Perfect.
He made his first shot, his first field goal with maybe 6 minutes left in the game,
Yeah, right. I think he had 2 points.
and it was like a 40-foot three.
It was
on
a tough
Kihei.
three. Well, it
I mean,
was,
it was-
open, but it was deep.
Yeah, it was Kihei was having to get back to him after helping, etc. So
And
No, that was big time. That was a big time win. He stepped up. Reese, I mean, we talked about it before. We need Reese to be the man, and he was the man. Like he stepped up big time. That was awesome.
he stepped
to
up
see.
big time.
Reese stepped up. Story of the game, of course, is we all think that Reese is a heck of a player, no question there. And he looked like Reese when he was playing really well, and when there was talk about him going to the next level. But,
Yes, sir, Jim.
but yes, Christopher, story of the night, Kaden.
Absolutely. For Virginia fans, it's not even close to the
For
story.
a guy who hasn't played the last 2 games, we don't know where his head is. Oh wow! See what Elizabeth just said?
Yeah. Wow. I'm not surprised.
UVA
the-
beats UNC in Greensboro in the ACC tournament.
That's amazing. May I call you Beth?
Yep.
Yes, Jen.
Jen doubled 0-6, double down on it, Jen. 0-6 against UNC in Greensboro. Anyway, Kaden came up big. I'm so happy for the kid. We all are happy for the kid.
Huge.
Question whether or not he would play again. He's taking advantage. Unfortunately, BVP goes down. Kaden takes advantage of his opportunity. You see that sometimes. You see that often when a guy goes down.
You do.
Someone who it's a great story. It's such a great story, right? Because who knows where his mind is, who knows where his emotions are. Gets that chance and he comes up big. T-Dubs mentioned earlier, Ryan Dunn had 10 minutes. Poppy had, what'd you say, 13 or 16?
Poppy had 13.
He had 13 really good minutes, Pop.
13 minutes. Yeah, Kaden 19.
19.
And JG had 33.
JG played 33 minutes. I'm not going to speculate if BVP plays and what the difference would have been.
All right. We've got to.
What's that?
We got to a little bit.
Go ahead, Dougie. I'll let you lead the way. I'm looking
No,
for
look,
moved it because I'm looking for it because I think something's coming from you. But
I mean, worst thing in the world, a guy gets hurt his last season, tournament time.
hold on, David. Let me
on
tell
and
you
on.
for a second, David. That's a great point. I love seeing that too. Love seeing that. Go ahead, Dougie.
Oh, that's awesome.
What were you saying?
No, I BVP the whole, but I think it probably wouldn't have, the minutes wouldn't have been dispersed this way if BVP played tonight, let's say. But it really is the perfect game to go with the two-headed monster, the two big guys, Kafaro, Poppy, and Shedrick, right? And Shed, dude, to his credit, he looked gassed a lot of the time to me, but he played tough, man. He came through it. He made huge blocks and tips and, finished with a couple of nice dunks and disrupted things. He made the one big play. He was hedging, but he kind of got switched on a guard. It might have been Davis who was going off, and he poked it away. Caden's got those good hands. And I've been a critic of Kaden this whole time, but dude, he shut people like me up tonight. I don't know if it continues, if it's just the start of something brand new, but he balled.
I think, Dougie, I think the issue with Kaden has been coaching staff, people we've spoken with. Where's his heart? Is he going to rebound? Is he going to play hard? Is he going to play tough?
Yeah.
Right? He's 6'11", 6 foot, whatever he is. Make your presence felt. And I think that's been the criticism of Kaden. Right? And you've been saying it, Kaden, just concentrate on one thing.
Do something. Yes.
Right. And he did it tonight. How many boards did he have tonight?
I have it up here.
Elizabeth, another good point on UNC. They're not going to be in the tournament
later. Elizabeth, you beat me to it.
Yeah.
Can't have
Kaden had
beginning of the show. Thank you.
You're not going to believe this. Kaden had 1 rebound.
I'll bet he had 3 real blocks and 4 to 5 altered type things, you know?
He had 5 blocks.
He had a real 5 blocks. Wow.
1 assist.
I nailed it again. He
That's
caught 2.5 alley-oops. 1 he probably should have caught.
That's huge, right? And when and he had 4 fouls, and they look like he used them well. 1 turnover, 19 minutes.
I mean, Jim said Baycott makes $500 a year with NIL and drives a powder blue BMW that was given to him. Well, I think that's a repay for last year's run, but I agree. I mean, that's a lot for an NIT. I mean, if that's what you're thinking. But I think
that's also the great question going forward, right? How does NIL work?
No, last year it paid, it was a.
Well, you got Caleb Love, RJ Davis, Baycott, right? But when you look back, we've talked about this. When you look back at that team from last year, they're missing that glue guy.
Yeah.
They're missing your boy, Dougie.
Brady Manic, right? Brady the maniac.
They're missing Brady Manic. Absolutely.
You get Leaky Black and you get Nance that do it on occasion, but not every night. Brady really did it every night.
Right.
Most every night.
Before we get into is UNC in or out, and did we knock them out, which I'm sure Who Nation is going to be so happy for. Just continuing the story of the game, Kaden getting 19 minutes and making the most of his time. When we feel a major blow right before the game, we hear about it. BVP going down. Dougie, you heard about it late last night or early this morning. We know you.
No, I heard this afternoon. When I heard it, it was the first I'd heard of it. How's that go?
Yes. Yeah. It wasn't late this afternoon. It was earlier than that, but that's okay when you shared it with me.
Yep.
Reese coming up big. Kihei having another good floor game, managing, and he was a one-man press break. We didn't turn the ball over against their press late. And, of course, what we did at the end of the game tonight that we've struggled with for many, many games, hitting free throws down the stretch.
Because we talked about it with Jay Willie on the Jay Willie show.
Yeah.
We told him just go shoot your free throws. Don't talk about it. Don't think about it. Don't do anything. I love all these comments.
$250,000 to keep Reese. I don't know. The price.
I think you're low.
Easy. Don't get Danny Alter. Man, don't get Havs talking about Reese. Let's get him on a couple more good games.
Hey, this is his time to shine, man. They did it against Carolina. This is a game like this. Even though Carolina's not Carolina, it's a professional. What's it called? When you try out for something? What's that called? Not a debut. When you're trying out for something, audition. I mean, there's professional athletes, right? They might not be professional players in terms of skills and everything and making shots or whatever, but it's you're seeing them play against fast, tall, athletic, quote unquote 5 stars that make $500,000 a year to play basketball in college.
5 stars. I don't think that they're really good 5 stars. Jim, we'll get to that shortly. Thank you for that question. I don't know that Gary Booker, we had somebody else raise that too earlier.
This is awesome.
Is UNC setting. These 5-star UNC has. Okay, Puff is not a 5-star. Armando Baycott, is he a pro? I don't know. Is RJ Davis a pro? I don't know right now. And I like RJ, a great kid.
Yep. No, I don't know. I'm not calling them pros. I just think the game is an NBA style.
Yep, it is. But they're NBA style without NBA players. Well, you have other teams. Duke's got NBA players. Kentucky's got NBA players. Some of these other schools have NBA players.
Yeah. Caleb Love, I mean, if you look at it, he was red hot last year as a prospect. And now, I mean, does he have to come back? Probably.
You know what? They all get another chance, T-Dubs, when they try out, basically, when they do their trial.
The NIT. He gets to show out in the NIT. Is that that's
what I'm talking about? I'm talking about when they go around when they work out for the NBA guy, that, right? And then they get the intel saying you're going to be a first-round pick, second-round pick, or you're not going to get picked at all. You have 5% chance of getting picked. That's what I'm talking about. Now they get to experience that, which is such a benefit to them. And if they don't get the intel that they want to hear, they can come back and return back.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean,
You were
the
talking
NIL money will be there for UNC, so like it's kind of a nice fallback. I mean, I guess that's why you would go to a UNC, right, to get that kind of cushion to fall back on.
Right.
I mean,
this is a great experience. This is a great experiment, though, right? All those guys got, they were runner-ups. If they wanted, did they come back or not? I don't know. They were runner-ups and they all came back and they all got. I think a lot of them got significant NIL, whatever it was.
Yeah.
I take the baby blue BMW, Marky. But then
But
now you come back and those guys that gave you this NIL, now you're not even in the tournament.
Right. But
so what are they going to do? Go fishing now?
Who care? But maybe that's why they didn't play better. And then there's always the rumor. I'm sure you guys are aware of the rumor about Caleb Love and RJ Davis. One of them.
They share things?
Yes.
Not the basketball?
Not intentionally.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Bacon takes a
this is the best comments we've ever had. I'm just reading.
That's great. Great, absolutely. But I don't know that Baycott got the intel to say that he should go to the NBA. I don't know. I've had people say that he's not an NBA player.
He's not.
I've had scouts tell me that. Agents tell me he's not an NBA player. Maybe he'll work out and he'll have great workouts with some of the NBA teams, which will prove different. I don't know about Caleb Love and RJ Davis. I think RJ Davis is very talented. Caleb Love takes the worst possible shots.
Jaden played great. He was awesome.
Well. Right, and we only played 8 guys. Right, McNally, IMAC.
Yep.
McNeely had a solid game.
Yeah, I think he had a solid game, but I think he's going to learn a lot from this game on a lot of fronts. He had two threes that were in and out that would have been daggers in the second half, kind of daggers, early daggers. I think he made a couple. I think defensively he learned a few things where I'll give you a dumb example. RJ Davis was so hot, IMAC found himself top of the key against him. Kihei's pack lining it to the left hand of RJ, and RJ Davis goes right-handed, obviously, at IMAC, and you just shield him.
Right.
You got help there, and it wasn't a foul, blah blah blah, the whole thing. I think Isaac can take a lot from this game.
Horrible call, Dougie. Horrible call.
Yep. Oh. And one.
Yep.
I mean,
that could change the game a little bit.
I mean, it was a combination of Armand and Reese guarding Love on the first half, which I think gave him a lot of problems. But RJ hit tough shots. He played well.
He played well.
Yep. Full transparency, I didn't get a chance to see much of the first half or any of the first half while I was finishing my coaching with my little 7th grade team. Second half, I was. We did great. Right, we've got to continue the intensity on defense. I don't think we had too many bad plays on defense where I thought we communicated well, and there weren't. I didn't see any miscues defensively. I didn't see any bad plays because of lack of communication. Right, I also thought we boxed out really well. Right,
I thought the bigs, again, we talked about on the Jay Willie show. I saw Jaden a couple of times pick his spot and make a big disruptive play where he, double team, whether it's Baycott or somebody else, kind of ad lib, and those kind of things I think were big. Pretty continuous, pretty like playing together and on the defensive end.
WFS, who brings up a good point. What do you think, Doug?
Carolina sucks. I mean, it's pretty much all we had to say, and then say goodnight, go Who's, but we like talking shit.
Couldn't say it any better than
Where's my bell? My little monster moved my bell.
Carolina sucks.
11 turnovers for UNC, 6 for UVA.
And I think I think one of our guys had 3 of those 6. I think. So that tells you Reese probably had none. Kie maybe 1, maybe.
On turnovers?
Yeah, I think actually somebody made a pass to they were looking for Jaden to be somewhere.
He had 2, and yep, and Kaden had 1.
He had 2, and
who had 2? Say it again, please.
Armand had 3. Kihei had 2. Kaden had 1.
That means Reese had 0.
Reese had 0. Yes.
That's kind of amazing.
5 assists, 0 turnovers.
We also got to the free throw line 22 times. 6 at the end of the game when they had to foul.
Yep.
And we made them.
16 for 22 from the free throw line.
What were they from the line?
I think they went to the free throw line. I just saw it.
75 times they shot it.
18. They were 13 for 18.
Yeah. I didn't think the discrepancy was so bad with the refs. By the way, I know I think it was more glaring to us because some of the calls were bad, but I don't think it was such a big discrepancy in terms of calls.
Yeah. Minus the 3
wrong?
at the end of the game when they had to foul. Right. 16 to 18 in team fouls. 16 to 18 in team fouls, including the 3 at the end of the game.
Yeah, when it was a 1-possession game, Love and Davis missed some free throws that could have cut it.
Now let's be clear.
They did.
One for two. I always want to really dive into the game, deep dive into the game, whether we win or lose. And I think that it certainly helped us that Baycott was probably not at its full strength.
Oh, 100%.
21 minutes, I believe he played, T-Dubs?
Yep.
You said earlier?
Yep. And I was really, really happy that we didn't shoot a ton of threes. We drove the lane. We touched the paint a lot. That was really refreshing to see, you know. Armand wasn't shooting great in the first half. What did he do in the second half?
Went to the basket.
Yeah, he went to the basket. He got a couple of easy buckets, and things seemed to turn around. It was a good game plan. Like TB got it done.
Wasn't that my keys of the game?
Right.
Attack and rebound.
Fresh got it done.
Damn. 4 for 15 from the three from 3. And it may have been, was it easier for us to attack the paint without the presence of Baycott? Right, who only played half the game.
Right.
So now you've got Puff Johnson in there, and you've got Nance, who are not Baycott, right? And if it's only one big guy, you know, then it makes a huge difference as a rim protector, right? Versus our now we've got Kaden in there, who's challenging and end up with 5 blocks. You said.
Yep. And I don't want to say Nance. For lack of a better word, was not a no-show, but I didn't notice him flying around the court like I did the last time we played him. Right? I mean, he was exceptional the last game we played him for sure. Yeah. I just didn't notice him. I didn't notice Baycott's presence so much.
Nance had 8 rebounds. I think he was 2 for 7 from the field. And when they played us at their place a week or two ago, whatever it was, I think he was 4 for 4 from 3. So you're going to notice that.
That's probably why. Yeah, that's probably why.
So,
I mean, but the big thing about this team, it takes me back to the time at Carolina last year, I guess, right, where Baycott had 30 and 30, and they just dominated, and we were somewhat meek. We were anything but meek tonight, you know. Yeah, and Tom Hensky made the point. Jaden at the end making the clutch free throws. That's huge, dude. Like I knew Kihei was going to make his. I knew Reese would make at least one. Jaden 3 out of 4.
6 in a row. We were at the game last year when UVA played UNC, right? In Brooklyn.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Next to each other, and you were ugly.
Yeah.
Ugly. Quickly.
Really bad.
25-4.
Yes.
Right.
I remember an 18-2 scenario, I think. And my poor little Camila was telling me, Dad, Virginia never loses. And then she goes, how come it says 18 over there and 4 over here? I'm like, Camila, do you want some ice cream?
Yeah, so you asked the questions a lot better with BVP in or out. And we talked about it a little earlier. And it's just different. It's different. I don't know that it's better or worse, but maybe against Carolina it's better. Maybe against somebody else it's not as good. Right? And he's just shots defense.
I was gonna say the flow of this game was like we would extend the lead to a few possessions, and then they would strike very quickly at 6-5, cut it to 1, and then we slowly get it back to 7, 8, 9, and then boom, they'd be back, 1 possession game, and it kind of just flowed like that all game, which is kind of comfortable. but not. You know what I mean? Like they're always in arm's length, but they just stuck around.
We had two Avalanche explosions though in the first half. When Reese ended up, I think he scored 2 or 3 in a row, the layup and the whatever.
Yeah.
And then in the last 2 minutes, to your point, we were up 9. Next thing you know, it's a 1-point game. Then early in the second half, right? We went out. We were up by 7 very quickly.
Yeah.
But it did seem like it was just something you're like watching the game and you look up, oh, we're up by 7. It seems like 3, and then boom, boom, boom. You're right. And you think that explosion by them is just going to keep on and keep on. And that's why I think we're a tough team, man. I think it's a very tough team that weathers those things and plays together.
Did Kaden earn a starting spot tomorrow?
No.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
We don't. I mean, it's not. I'm not going to say he didn't earn it, but I think you stay with exactly what we did today. Who do we play tomorrow?
Winner of NC State and Clemson. So let's segue into that.
Yeah.
Who do we prefer to play? Clemson or NC State?
I prefer to play NC State.
Why?
I think Clemson, because of the last game, the game we played them, Tyson didn't play very well. I think they saw a lot of things they can improve on. They have the two-headed thing of PJ Hall and Tyson. I think brings problems. If we saw foul trouble tonight, I think the Poppy Shedrick foul trouble could be real against those two. I think Burns is a big guy. The focal point of a big guy for NC State is a lot more manageable with two of our bigs on him, and an occasional Ryan Dunn as well.
I think Burns slows them down, at least in the last game we played against them. Doesn't get up and down the court very well.
Yeah.
Right. In the half-court set on offense, I think he can be tough, but if we double the post, makes it difficult. He's a really good passer out of the post. But I don't think he can hang with us running up and down the court and getting back on defense. So if we push the ball, we're athletic and long with Dunn in the game and Reese in the game. Kie pushes the ball. Armand's a good athlete. We get up and down, I think, against them, probably better than we would against Clemson. Where Clemson, you have some really good players. And I'm not saying you don't. They have 3 guards at Clemson that are really good, playing well. I don't think that the guards – I'm not fearful of playing against other guards. Right. That's not what makes me nervous.
Right.
Our guards are tremendous, especially defensively.
The guard that scares me the most out of those two teams is Joyner for NC State. More so than my third 42nd cousin, 3 times removed to Terquavian Smith. Terquavian's what he is. If he goes for 40, good luck. That's fine. And then we have Casey Morsell, obviously, which is near and dear to our heart. So, but yeah, the guards don't. You're right, Marty. The guards don't scare you. PJ Hall and Tyson, they don't scare me, but they can scare you. They scared us last year. That's for sure.
Really good. That's what makes me more nervous. The bigs on the other team.
Yeah, same.
Right.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm definitely in the minority, but I just want to play the better team tomorrow. Like whoever's hot, because I want to see what this team has in the tournament, right? Like,
I like it.
Can these guys step up? I like to see like heavy competition and get ready for the big dance. I mean, it's a weird thing to think because normally you're like, I want the weaker team. I think we want the better team. We need the preparation for the tournament.
Well, we said, I think Jay Willie, we asked Jay Willie, who do you rather play, BC or Carolina? And he does the Jay Willie thing. And he asked me, I said, I want to play Carolina. Remember, Marky, I want to play North Carolina tonight. And I think it's a great result. So that's a great point, TW. That's a great point. I love it.
I'm not big on, I think BC was playing okay, but they're not that good.
Right.
Carolina was good.
Right.
I think Carolina had potential to be good. I just think they were a mess. Right? But they're talented. They're a talented team, and they're bigger minus. But Baycott not being in there is not the same team. Right? So when you look at why we want to play a good team or why we want to win, is it more important for us to play a weaker team or neutral team or mediocre team versus winning the whole thing, winning the ACC tournament to get us in a better position, a higher seed for the tournament, for the NCAA tournament?
Sorry, I'm just reading the comments.
The comments are pouring in.
Sorry, Marky. Hilton, who just demoted Wake Forest to South Carolina. They're not a North Carolina team anymore.
I didn't see that one.
I couldn't quit looking at it. All
Because
right,
there's
Mark,
lots of
talk to me.
talking about. I guess a lot of comments are coming in about the all the
Hilton
four
Young, sorry.
North Carolina, and that we've got to play. We could possibly play 3 of them, right? We could possibly get played NC tonight, NC State possibly tomorrow night, and then of course possibly Duke and the chip.
That's amazing.
So do we go for the better seed or do we go for the better team? And it could be the same thing, right? It could be. They could be one and the same.
Fresh? What about the thing we talked about earlier? Would you rather us just exit now? And
No, not this year.
Or do you want to win it? You want to win?
I want to win this tournament. It's been a long time that I wanted to win the one in 18 in the Barclays because we were there, and Marky was on all his glory, knew everybody in the arena, high-fiving his son's playing. He hoped his son would play. His son played. They won it, and I had a bunch of friends there. We had a whole big crew.
You were holding court in the one of the bars.
I was holding court everywhere. It wasn't fair. Yes, the Virginia thing beforehand, Coach Page was there, everybody. But I really wanted to win that one. The next year, when I was convinced that our team, the 19 team, was who they could be, who they became, I did not want to win that ACC tournament.
Yeah.
I saw the one before took a lot of energy, and it took DeAndre Hunter, which I'm never worried about injuries, and I don't think about that. I mean, then we have BVP. So,
Dragons.
To answer the question, I really want to win this one.
Yeah, win the ACC. I mean, you've gone this far. It's time to get a win, right?
John, let's hear the answer, John. Keep it clean.
The best thing ever to come out of Chapel Hill, North Carolina. You don't have to be clean, John. Come on, family here.
Yeah, I think the consensus, we want to win, right? Like, try to win.
This team needs to see wins.
An empty Greyhound bus. Yeah, definitely. I think we want to win. We got some second and third place prizes for barbecue and Michael Jordan.
Can we get a 3 seed? I mean, if we win the whole, let's go crazy. Let's just say we win the whole thing. We beat Duke. We have the toughest path.
Yeah.
Get another. I mean, there's no quad 1 win left, but does it help our case? Are we a 3 seed? Or are we?
I don't know anything about that.
The committee has to award the winner of the ACC.
They usually do, right?
League champs, and then ACC tournament champs. Got to award that, right? So just like you probably have to award. If Miami
Hold on. I'm with it, but let's win. Let's win.
Oh yeah, of course. We're talking about hypothetically.
I get it.
If we were to win, and the road's not going to be easy, right? If we win tomorrow and Duke wins, that's a good game. Duke is playing really, really well.
He's playing well.
That's what happens with freshmen, first year in UVA's case, as they mature, as they play and continue to play throughout the season. And if they're that talented and they have a lot of players, a lot of good players, what happens? I mean, they mature. They get better and better as the season goes along. Right?
I'm not
sure about that. I don't know if it's going to go that far because we've had some tough losses, but maybe.
But I tell you, Shire's made some good adjustments, man. I don't. Does Roach come off the bench or does he play the 2 guard now?
No,
he did something with Roach.
Is the leader of that team?
No, but he did something. He did something with Roach or one of the guys, and the kid Proctor handles the ball a lot more. He's made some decent adjustments, I think.
Proctor's really good.
He wasn't in the beginning of the season, to you guys' point of becoming not first years.
They got like 18 7-footers.
18 easy. I agree. Their point guards are 6'7".
No, this is
Roach is the only kid that's 6'6", right? That plays. They're better and better and playing with more and more confidence. Let's win tomorrow first, and then we can talk about Duke.
First step: win tomorrow. Whatever game that whoever we're playing.
What time do we play tomorrow? 7 again?
I think it's 9:30.
Oh, good.
The late game. We're the late game tomorrow.
That's perfect. Good.
9:30. Dougie, you ready to get on a plane?
Oh man, come on. Bring Ty and Camila down there and just get it on.
Greensboro, Grant Kersey's there.
Of course he is.
Of course he is.
Yeah, gotta be, right?
Charlottesville South for him.
Grant's the greatest job in the world.
Grant's probably the one complaining. He's probably complaining about hotels. Man, this isn't Milan. This isn't Barcelona. Y'all never been to Auckland? Come on, man.
Yeah, I don't know about Greensboro hotels. What's the nicest hotel down there, Dougie?
Probably the Econo Lodge. I have no idea. Supposedly some people were complaining about the hotels, but I don't know what that means. I don't think I've ever spent the night in Greensboro. One time I did. We played Georgetown.
So
what about this? We got this question a few times. Tired legs? Are we buying that? I mean, these are kids that are.
Only one I worry about is Kaden because he hasn't been playing, and he was gassed a little bit, and he's gonna feel it in his legs tomorrow.
No,
unless someone's sick, unless someone's really hurt.
Right.
Yeah. No.
The ACC tournament.
I remember when Kemba played 5 days and went 6 overtimes, and they were fine. So
I was there. Mark was probably there too.
40 minutes a day of exercise for young kids, I think it's doable. I don't think they're tired the next day, but
yeah, no, they're not going to be that tired.
Mentally is one thing, but physically, I don't think they get tired.
Emotionally, and they had the break last week, so you're right. They're fine.
Their adrenaline's going to
past your bedtime fresh.
Ski, you already know.
Where's little Ski? All right. So walk up for the NCAA tournament. Thank you, John. Last time it wasn't such a great game, but all right. Grant is sleeping in Tony's room. Let's go.
You changed the sheets.
All right.
That's not nice.
Tomorrow night we are on at 9:00.
Yep, 9:00 tomorrow.
Dougie, quick parting words.
Dragon, go Hoos, man! Great. It was fun in every way. I liked all the good, bad, and the ugly of this game. I liked every part of it. I enjoyed it thoroughly.
That was awesome, man. Thank everyone for the comments. They were hilarious.
The comments are killing me tonight. Tremendous. Wake Forest got demoted to South Carolina.
No, this is great.
You're lucky I'm not from South Carolina, by the way, Hilton. If you said Tennessee, we'd have an issue.
They're kicking him down to Georgia and Florida.
If they said Tennessee, hey man, that's where God lives.
Yeah,
this is great. Until tomorrow, I love March Madness, man. This is what it's all about.
That's what it's all about.
Years we talked about.
Yeah, it's the best.
Yep.
We can go watch another game now and bask in our win.
Oh my God, I'm watching till 2:30 in the morning when I'm watching UCR play whoever they're playing tonight.
The slump is over.
Yeah.
Let's go. Good night, everybody. Thank you for the comments.
We will see you guys tomorrow at 9 for the pregame show. T-Dubs, real quick. NC State or Clemson? Who's winning?
I'm saying NC State.
Dougie?
NC State in my mind, Clemson in my heart. I don't know what that means because Clemson's from South Carolina.
Disco, Lance, I'll meet you down there.
Wait, who needs tickets? Lance needs tickets?
Lance needs tickets. I'll meet you down there.
Lance, I need
how
gear.
Many you need, Lance?
Gear.
All right.
Lance gets in the car and we'll drive 7 hours to go see a good game.
Hey, pick me up.
He probably would pick you up. Go all the way up to New York, pick you up until you're back down.
I sleep in the car, though.
Yeah, no. Well, he'll be okay. He loves driving. All right, guys.
All right.
Guys, tomorrow. Thanks, everybody, for joining us.
Thanks, y'all. That was awesome.
Go Hoos.